And thanks, Sandra, and welcome to the special edition of Hannity. Race for the White House, Trump versus Clinton. Now, it's been just one day since Hillary Clinton released a deplorable political ad attempting to link Donald Trump to the Ku Klux Klan. But now Trump is responding in a huge way with two brand new ads of his own, including one video reminding voters how the Clintons may have deployed racist tactics and rhetoric during Hillary's 2008 Democratic primary against Barack Obama. Watch this.
When we arrived in South Carolina yesterday, this was the state newspaper. Clinton camp hits Obama, attacks painful for black voters. Many in state offended by criticism of Obama and remarks about Martin Luther King. It's as if you are minimizing I Have a Dream. It's a nice sentiment, but it took a white president to get blacks to the mountaintop.
And in another ad, the Trump campaign slams Hillary Clinton's support of then-President Clinton's crime bill and her use of the term super predator. Look at this.
They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
You called out President Clinton for defending Secretary Clinton's use of the term super predator back in the 90s when she supported the crime bill. Why did you call him out?
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
No conscience.
It's a very well thought out crime bill that is both smart and tough.
No empathy.
Called black youth super predators in 1994. Please explain the record.
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
So this counterpunch from Donald Trump, will it prevent future race-baiting attacks from Hillary Clinton? Joining us now with reaction, the chairman of the Tea Party Forward, Niger Innis, also senior pastor of the New Spirit Revival Center, Daryl Scott, co-host of The Five, Juan Williams is with us. Juan, let me ask you a question. Do you not find trying to tie Donald Trump to the Ku Klux Klan and putting up guys in Klan hats and all this stuff, I've got to imagine even you recognize this for what it is, and that's Hillary Clinton, her campaign needing to distract from the fact that she got caught selling access while Secretary of State, and she's now race baiting. Do you find it deplorable? Do you condemn it?
No, not at all. In fact, I agree with your premise that the narrative has shifted over the last few days, but you know what? Given the fact that when David Duke was endorsing Donald Trump and saying it would be traitors for any white guy not to vote for Trump.
And he condemned him again and again and again and again. Niger, how many times do you have to... Oh, hang on a second. What
you saw there, it was that Ku Klux Klan member was saying, here's the reason we support Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
He supports our point of view.
If we're going to play guilt by association, let's listen to Hillary Clinton praise the former Klansman himself, Robert KKK Byrd. Let's listen to her.
Senator Byrd was a man of surpassing eloquence and nobility. From my first day in the Senate, I sought out his guidance, and he was always generous with his time and his wisdom. I admired his tireless advocacy for his West Virginia constituents. As Secretary of State, I continued to rely on his advice and counsel.
Yeah, her mentor, advisor, and counselor. Let's listen to Senator Byrd on with Tony Snow on Fox News Sunday some years ago.
There are white. I've seen a lot of white in my time. I'm going to use that word. But we just need to work together to make our country a better country.
Now Hillary Clinton is also seeking the advice of this man, a guy who's been in the White House many, many times. You know him very well. Let's play the greatest hits of Al Sharpton.
I'm tired of the magazine. You ain't nothing. You a punk. Now come on, do something.
We're the best chicken fries in the universe. And we don't go buy some kind of sandwich chicken. Folks was in the cave when we had built empires. We learned to admire them, but they knew to admire us. We built pyramids before Donald Trump ever knew what architecture was. Yes. You want to be the only on television. The only in the newspaper. The only can talk.
Niger Innis, if we're going to play this guilt by association thing, I think that's all fair game, don't you?
No question. We know that William Fulbright was Bill Clinton's mentor. And we know that it was alleged that in the Senate dining hall that when then Senator Obama was thinking of running against his wife, he said to Ted Kennedy, you know, a few years ago, that guy would have been serving us coffee. Yeah. So, you know, I deplore when the race card is used anytime, because unlike a lot of folk, you know, that era of racism, real racism within our country that affected black Americans is something that is very painful to me, and it's something that's sacred within our country that we should not be playing around with. But let me give credit where credit is due. Donald Trump is not going to just take crap without it being unanswered.
That's
and
true.
I think that's the signal that he wanted to send.
But Niger, you and I have been friends for a lot of years, and I had the honor of being at many of the core dinners with you and your dad for years on Martin Luther King Day and celebrating this, and there were people of all races, creeds, colors, backgrounds there. And I got to tell you something. Every 2 to 4 years, we see the same thing. Pastor Scott, let's start with a 1998 Democratic Party radio ad in Missouri. Elect Republicans, black churches are going to burn. Listen to Al Gore. We'll play that, too. He says, Republicans have the wrong agenda for African Americans. They don't even want to count you in the census. Let's play it. It happens every 4 years.
When you don't vote, you let another church explode. When you don't vote, you allow another cross to burn.
On June 7, 1998, in Texas, my father was killed. He was beaten, chained, and then dragged 3 miles to his death, all because he was black. So when Governor George W. Bush refused to support hate crimes legislation, it was like my father was killed all over again.
It's wrong what the leader of the Republican Party and this Congress are doing in blocking an accurate census because they don't want to count everyone that they don't think they can count on.
They are in favor of affirmative action if you can dunk the basketball or sink a three-point shot. But they're not in favor of it if you merely have the potential to be a leader in your community and bring people together. Don't tell me we've got a colorblind society.
And then he screamed, they don't even want to count you in the census, Pastor. Every 4 years, the Democratic Party plays the race card. True or false, Pastor?
That's absolutely true. Pin the racist on the Republican every 4 years. That wouldn't happen to be the same Al Gore whose father opposed the signing of the 1964
That
Civil
would be
Rights
the same
Bill.
guy. That's correct. And the same mentor of Hillary that literally filibustered the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. Is that correct, Juan Williams? I believe you're right, Pastor.
Yeah. Are you asking me or the pastor?
Pastor.
No, we're asking you too, Juan. I mean, his father opposed the Civil Rights Bill.
There's no question. But what I'm just amazed at is how far you guys are reaching tonight. Because what we have is a 2016 election in which you have a candidate who started the whole birther thing about President Obama. You have a candidate who's been investigated by the Justice Department.
What does that have to do with discrimination? Let me ask an important question. Pastor, I want to ask you this.
That came out of the Clinton camp.
This is more important. Hillary Clinton.
The birther
Hang on a
issue
second,
came out of
guys.
the Clinton camp, and you know it.
Pastor, Niger Innes, let me go to you.
If I could get in on this.
Niger, I want to ask you a question because this is important.
Yeah, sure.
So, since Obama's been president, first black president, forget about all the foreign policy disasters of Hillary, we have had a 58% increase of black Americans that are on food stamps under Obama. We've had a 20% increase black Americans out of the labor force under Barack Obama. Hillary says she'll continue those policies. Are black Americans better off under Barack Obama?
Don't ask me. Ask Cornel West, who has said several times,
and Tavis Smiley.
Absolutely not. All right? But this is larger than the president. We're talking about 50 years of a political Berlin Wall within black America that has to be shattered. And the fear that the Democratic Party has is that Donald Trump has the attitude and the will, and he will do what it takes to win this election and to break down that wall.
Donald Trump's outreach to African Americans is so effective that it brought Hillary out of hiding. I mean, there was a hashtag, "Where's Hillary?" But she fears that Donald Trump's outreach and the statements that he's been making towards African Americans about how he can improve the quality of life for a number of African Americans, it struck a nerve with her campaign. And they told her, you have to do something. So she went on TV. She opened up a pickle jar to prove that she's healthy.
There is a good one. That's a good one.
So now we don't have any more health concerns. They should have gave her John Mayonnaise a Miracle Whip and see if she could open that.
Now, gentlemen, but you have to admit that when it comes to Donald Trump is the one who called her a bigot. To start this off, he had a pre-buttal, and the reason that he did that is because Donald Trump is calling the Mexicans rapists and thieves. He's saying that black people are responsible for most of the murders
You're
of white people.
mischaracterizing that on purpose. Don't be inaccurate on purpose. You're purposely mischaracterizing it. There have been people, illegal immigrants, that have committed murders, committed rapes. Excuse me. I interviewed these two parents.
Let me get in here, Sean.
Niger, go ahead.
Look, Juan, I've said from the beginning of this campaign, not on a rival network, but on another person's broadcast, that Donald Trump is a political provocateur. He wants to cause a reaction because he wants to win. He shifted. When he said that, he shifted the entire discussion on immigration, which had been going a particular way. He did it with a purpose, and it was mission accomplished. He is in this to win, and that's what folk are scared about more than anything else.
Niger, what are you saying about the fact that he's flip-flopping now on immigration? Niger, this is not about us. This is about Trump trying to reach to white people in the Republican base.
Right there. Listen, here's the thing. If you allow, there are 8 million illegal immigrants in this country that have jobs now. We have 95 million Americans out of the labor force, a 58% increase with black Americans that are on food stamps, 20% increase of black Americans out of the labor force. So if you don't build the wall, disproportionately black Americans have been hurt by illegal immigration, and Donald Trump is saying hire Americans first and stop driving down wages, and in the meantime, we'll keep our country safe. What's wrong with that, Juan?
It's not flip-flops. This guy's doing somersaults, and apparently you are intentionally blind because you don't want to see it. You don't want to see your guy going down as the polls show him going down, down, and down.
You know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see the meanness, the divisiveness, the anger, the vitriol.
You're right.
I don't want to see the race baiting that Hillary Clinton played this week. It is disgusting. It is low down, dirty, and despicable, and it should be beneath the office of the presidency. But considering it's her, and she's so dishonest, and she lies so often, and she sold out her office, and she got caught, I'm not surprised she did it.
Yeah, but if it was Kasich, if you had Kasich, if you had Rubio, if you had Jeb Bush,
sure the Republicans want you to pick their nominee for them, but that's not going to happen, Juan.
No. But they all subscribe to the immigration plan that you say, oh, no, that's not a flip-flop by Donald Trump. Donald Trump won your primary on that basis.
It's no flip-flop. One thing you have to understand, when Donald Trump calls Hillary a bigot, bigotry does not always manifest as hatred. Bigotry can be manifest with kindness and niceness. And for Hillary Clinton to imply or insinuate consistently that she has to reach down to help African Americans, she considers African Americans to be inferior to her.
Let me play number 10 here.
African Americans as inferior to her and as needing her help.
I want to ask, why is it that Al Gore, why is it that Hillary Clinton, and even I've noticed with Barack Obama, if they speak before a predominantly black audience why does their tone, their pitch, and their cadence shift like this?
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. Now, let me tell you, I'm aware I may not be the youngest candidate in this race, but I have one big advantage. I've been coloring my hair for years.
Is that pandering, Pastor? That seems like it's pandering to me.
Pantomimes us, that's insulting. She might as well put on blackface. That's what she might as well do. She pantomimes us, she insults us, she
it is insulting. There is something pandering and insulting, Niger, right about that?
Well, you forgot the clip of the hot sauce in the purse that she travels around with, as we all know, right? Particularly when she goes to the Hamptons.
I am not responsible for what guests say on this show. I've lost all control. All right. Guys, good to see you all. Thank you. Even you, Juan. Love you. Thank you.
Sean.